Welcome to another Figuring Out Japan video. We sell the coolest Japanese collectibles and figurines straight out of Japan. But we also sell other collectibles and things, and of course one of those things is Lego. And this has been, I guess, more of a kind of personal project of mine. I've been a big fan of the Lego Pirates ever since I was a kid, and particularly since there's been a new wave in 2015 released. I thought it would be fun to just review some of the vintage sets, because I noticed there aren't too many videos on YouTube. So if you like the vintage Lego Pirates, I've done some other videos of some sets that actually hadn't been reviewed before, even on YouTube, like the Skull's Eye Schooner, the big pirate ship, and the set to your right, which is the Rock Refuge and things like that. But today we will be looking at the set to your left. And I'm not going to bore you with all the how many pieces and all that sort of stuff. You can see all of that. There's a lot of information in the description of this video, so please check that out. But the set number is 6279, and it's called the Skull Island for, I think it's the Skull Island, for obvious reasons. So Lego originally released the Lego Pirate series in 1989, and it was very, very popular. They then released another wave of pirates in the early 1990s, and then they started to release the Islander series, which are like a native tribal series, and then somewhat randomly they then released a couple more vintage, or I guess they weren't vintage at the time, were they? But Lego pirate sets, and I believe it was in 1995, and this of course is one of them. There were two others released alongside this set, which was the Imperial Outpost and also the Rocky Reef. And then after that, they released the Armada Pirate series, which actually looks and feels quite different actually to the other pirate sets. And then they didn't release any pirates until 2009, and then of course again in 2015. So in many ways, I consider this set one of the very last vintage Lego pirate sets. I think it was, the end of an era, even though, people probably didn't know it at the time. Now, there were three pirate bases that were released over the years. The first one was the Forbidden Island in 1989, and that kind of had a blue base. It sort of had a sandy shore, and it had sort of rope bridges and things. Not dissimilar really to this one, because I consider this set really the big brother of that original Forbidden Island. So this one's the Rock Refuge, aka Port Jamaica, and then of course they released this one in 1995. So they're all quite different actually, which is good. But I'd probably say the Rock Refuge is my favorite Lego pirate base. But they're all quite different. They all have a different look and feel to them. Now, this pirate base actually is a little, well, I guess, I don't know, you could say it's a bit unique, because this is the only pirate base that actually comes with redcoat soldiers. So I know a lot of you will know this already, but there are two types of Imperial soldiers, or Imperial Guards. The first type is the blue coats, with the pretty self-explanatory name, and then the second way is the redcoats. So the original ones that they released first were the blue coats, and their flag looks like this. So two cross cannons, a crown, four blue, well, you can see what it is, I don't need to describe it. And then the redcoats use the same middle, two cannons with the crown, but the back is obviously different, and the printing on them is also different. So this set, you actually get two Imperial Guards. You get this guy, which is a standard guard, and then you get the Sergeant, which looks like this. And there's a third type of Imperial Guard or Imperial Soldier, which is the Governor, which is quite a rare piece, and he looks like this. And there's obviously a red coat. I don't have the red coat one, but he looks exactly like this, except he's got a red coat. Now this guy, the blue one, was only available in the Caribbean Clipper and the Eldorado Fortress. The red coat guard was available in three sets, which was the Imperial Trading Post. There was an Imperial ship that was released in the early 90s, and then the Imperial Outpost, which was released the same year as this one, also has the guard. So that set is actually the cheapest of the smaller set that you can obtain here. So as I said, you get two guards in this set. You also get four pirates actually. So you get this dude, And then this guy, I always like the printing on his chest. Then you sort of get this cabin boy, and then you get Captain Rogers. So all of those figures were actually pretty standard at the time. If you've got other pirate Lego sets, I'm sure you've got plenty of those guys. So 6 minifigs, which I think is a pretty, sorry, it keeps going out of focus, pretty generous number. You also get 2 boats. So you get a red boat for the guards and a blue boat for the soldiers. Sorry, for the pirates. Now the instructions actually show the the brown oars on the red boat and the red oars on the brown boat. No idea why. And I also found it a little bit strange that they had yellow, sort of under the red seat they had yellow. That was a strange colouring choice, why they didn't just continue it with red and keep it consistent. I also, just jumping around a bit, I also thought it was a little bit strange that they put grey here. Like you got like black, at the top part of the base, but they put grey here. That to me looks a bit odd. But other than that, I really like the colour palette of this set. I think it really, you've got sort of the sandy beaches, then you've got like the grey wharf, then you got the rocky. Now these colours look a bit strange, but then I thought, well, I guess the dark's meant to be the natural rock, and then this is sort of meant to be like the cement or the stuff that the pirates added. So it kind of makes sense that it's different. And then, yeah, I don't know. And then you sort of got the black and the red, so it just looks really nice in my opinion. So moving along, so you get a moving cannon, shooting cannon. The American variety didn't actually shoot. It had 2 swords printed on the top, but this one obviously isn't that variety. It does shoot. It shoots pretty well, by the way. I'm not going to do it now. And yeah, you got sort of this wharf structure, obviously. Now they did this with the trading post. I don't know why, but they kind of have like a little railing here. And to me, it's like, you either do it or you don't. Like, if you're going to have a railing, why not put it all the way along there? It just seems a bit random that, I don't know, maybe they can just stop for a little rest. I don't know. And then you've got this little ladder. And I really like that they added this ladder in here, because they don't seem to do this with the newer sets. You can actually use ladders to get all the way up, even around the back. So to get to the top level, they have one here as well. So that's pretty cool, in my opinion. Just a little thing that kind of makes a big difference. Then another kind of little hidden feature. I love these things that you can't notice until you actually build it. So this actually, there's a little axe. It's a bit dark for you to see. And that actually holds this piece in place. This kind of like seaweed looking, I don't think it's meant to be seaweed, but this kind of branch thing. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then on the other side you actually have this sort of hidden gun turret, because this can actually move down and you get 2 hidden guns in there, so that's a pretty cool feature. And then again, they don't tend to do this with the newer sets, but just even the back just looks really well finished, like they didn't really need to add this in, but they added it anyway. You could argue it's unnecessary and it adds to the cost and things, but anyway, it's pretty cool that they they add these kind of features in to make sure that it looks. I know in the Imperial Outpost even there was like 2 doors at the back of the prison, and there's actually a little piece that kind of like locks it in. I just think that stuff's really cool. Now the chest is meant to be in there, but unfortunately I don't have that handy. I'll talk about that at the end only if I have time. I don't want this video to be too long. But that's where the chest is meant to be, and this actually is big enough to have the boats come in. So that's a pretty cool feature. And then on the second layer, or the second level, you've actually got, actually I'll talk about the skull first. So I really love this skull. I love how they just used very standard, very simple Lego pieces to actually create something that actually looks really damn cool. Like that is, I don't know, to me that's really cool. It's obviously the focal point. And I always wondered how they actually did this. And it's quite ingenious. All it is this piece. And it just pops into this Technic piece. And that's it. I thought they might have had some like fancy contraption thing. Nah, it just literally, if I can get it in, just pops in. And then the way it holds up is just with this standard Technic piece. And it just slides in. And it stops it from keep moving that way, and then you turn it around and it holds it the other way. Ingenious, I love it. So simple yet so effective. Now on this level, you also have a little trap door. So this actually pops up. If I took the captain out, this would actually come all the way up. So that's another cool feature. Now this set actually doesn't like kind of have a set story. Like usually they'll have like a prison, and you might have like a pirate trying to save his mate, or an Imperial Guard trying to save their mate. So you kind of got to use your imagination, which is good, right? But there is no prison in this set. You know, maybe the guards are trying to get Roger. That would be the most reasonable explanation. But you know, 2 guards taking on a whole pirate base, you know, they're certainly opportunistic, aren't they? But you know, it doesn't really make sense for them to be taking treasure. But you know, you could do that as well. Everyone's greedy, right? Even the Navy. So, but you know, I guess this is, you know, Roger can actually jump maybe down into like a boat that's hiding underneath, and then he can escape. Maybe that's the explanation. It does actually open all the way 90 degrees, as I said, and there are actually clips here to have a sword and a gun holding there. So that's the roof of the cavern. So just again, they didn't need to add that. They went to quite a bit of effort to sort of add the extra pieces to have that. So I think that's really cool. And then you've got, you know, the lights, another little feature, and then you know, plenty of barrels. You get 3 barrels with like little coloured jewels in them. Big pirate flag, red flag here, and then this crane is really cool as well. So that just clips out. You can take that out, and there's actually enough string to go all the way to the bottom, probably twice. Like the length of that whole string is probably like double, probably even more than double. So they gave you plenty of string, which is ironic because the 2015 ship, it's not even long enough to actually reach the base of the ship. So Lego's changed over the years, hasn't it? So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, interestingly, they didn't actually give you a shark. So pretty much even the smaller sets had a shark back then, but no shark in this one. Maybe they thought it was too crowded with the 2 boats. I don't know. But as I said, you do get a parrot. Actually, I didn't think I said that. And yeah, you get a monkey. So I do have the instructions handy, so I'm not going to like flip through all that. But they do show you like some pictures and things. And I also have the box, which looks like this. I really love the like design and the feel of these boxes. So, and the boxes back then, I don't think they do this anymore, but you know, they have really nice, they have alternate builds as well. They don't show you the instructions, but they have that. I really like the feel of the some of these, you know, designs. This looks really good to me. Even like this, I just love the effect. I didn't want this video to go over 10 minutes. We're already up to 13 and a half, so I'm going to wrap this up quickly. So what do I think about this set? I got to be honest, this wasn't one of the sets that I actually really wanted. It wasn't, you know, really on my sort of wish list. But you know, now that I have it, I think it's a really nice set. I mean, it looks visually really nice. There's a lot of play features. I mean, you get moving cannon, you get 2 boats. I don't know any other set that's got 2 boats. There probably are, but anyway. Then you get the skull. You get the crane, the hidden door, the hidden the hidden gun turrets. You get this sort of gate thing. There's just, there's a lot of, and they give you, plenty of minifigures, plenty of boats, just plenty to play with. So for a kid, just great, just great play value. Visually it looks good. It's easy to combine with a lot of the other sets. I really like how it's on a nice big base. It's something that Lego just don't seem to do anymore. So, overall, I just think it's a really nice set. I will quickly say this. I was only going to say if I had time. I did actually buy this second hand, of course, and the seller advertised it as new. And in fact, sorry, not as new, as complete. Unfortunately, it wasn't. If you are selling Lego, for goodness sake, be honest, clearly state if it's missing things, and you know, if you can't be bothered checking it, then clearly write you haven't checked it, and if you're a buyer, do not assume that it is complete. Assume that it's not complete, and you know, adjust your budget for that. Even a set like this, you know, the box, instructions, the pieces, everything's in great condition, and yet it's still got missing pieces. So the missing pieces are it's meant to have a round green piece like this one there, which it's missing. There's actually meant to be a 2x4 black piece that goes in here, and I replaced that with a red one. And then inside here there's meant to be another grey slanted piece under the ladder, and then obviously the chest, the coins, and there's meant to be a couple of other red pieces like this that kind of sit on there for the chest. So I was pretty disappointed that they were missing. But overall, I think this is you know, a really good set. It's a really nice set, and you know, definitely a great one to add to your collection. If you have this set, I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts about what you think about this set, or if you have any questions about it, feel free to leave a comment. Thank you very much for watching. This is set 6279, the classic LEGO Pirate System Skull Island, released in 1995. Thank you very much for watching.